Greetings, my excellent friends. The Dead Monk welcomes you to Purgatory. And I finally had some free time, and I've been newly invigorated because Mandalorian just came out. So let's talk about it. Well, I will spoil some stuff, but not quite yet. Just want to give my overall view on the first episode. So, watched it, and thought it was kind of, it's fine. It's not terrible. The thing is, it's kind of slow, not a whole lot happens. It feels like a filler episode in the middle of a, 100 episode series that spans over 4 or 5 years. That's what it feels like to me. The only problem is, this whole show's only 8, 10 episodes, something like that. So to have a filler episode, you don't have time for that, mate. But that's what it seemed like a bit to me. So, I don't know. I don't want to judge it too harshly yet. It's just one episode, and, a show takes some time to get, to really pull you in, usually. However, again, it's only 8, 10 episodes, the entire show, so they don't have time for that. So yeah, it's a little boring, a little slow. And honestly, I think the blandness of it just has to do with how many people are involved in making the decisions about the story. And sure, you have Jon Favreau, he's the main guy in charge. However, I would assume that Kathleen Kennedy's stupid writer's room, with 43 writers contributing, I bet they have a hand in what happens. And yeah, it kind of shows. So yeah, like I said, overall just kind of, the music doesn't feel Star Wars at all. Now, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. The show has nothing to do with the main storyline. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be typical Star Wars music that you're used to. So, yeah. As I said, not necessarily a bad thing, but it doesn't sound Star Wars at all. Now, I don't know if I'm just jaded from how shite Disney has been for Star Wars. And, here I go calling it Star Wars again. No, Disney does not make Star Wars, they make fake Star Wars, they make Jake Wars. So anyway, I don't know if I'm just jaded because of Disney's Jake Wars, but it just feels pandering to me when all these things show up from the trilogy. So you have, you have the Mandalorian goes up to a door, and a little bowl pops out, just like at Jabba's palace. Little droid bowl there, door knocker. So you have that. Let's see, you have whatever kind of creature Salacious Crumb is. They have one on a spit, someone's going to eat it, and they have another one in a cage, so they're going to eat that one next. You have a bunch of other droids. You have the little trash can droid from the Jawa Sandcrawler, whatever it's called. Let's see, and you have other droids that you just recognize from the trilogy, and I don't remember seeing anything that really seemed sequel trilogy to me. Maybe it's because I try to block those out of my memory, but anything that was recognizable was from the trilogy, the real trilogy. Let's see, what else you have? You have, it's not IG-88, at least I assume, but you have an IG model assassin droid. And I kind of liked that one. But yeah, all these things, I should just feel like, hey, this feels like Star Wars because, you have all these things that are from Star Wars. On the other hand, as I said, I just feel like I'm being pandered to. So, I don't know where you cross the line there. And maybe I'm just jaded. And I'm not really being pandered to, but it just feels like it. But yeah, that's overall how I feel about it. It's a little bland, a little slow. But we'll give it a go. Maybe it'll get better. Alright, so to get into some of what actually happens in the episode, we have the Mandalorian. He never has a name. And, he's basically 25% different Boba Fett. So, since he doesn't have a name, I'm just going to call him 25. I mean, his name's not the Mandalorian, that's just somebody from Mandalore. They're all Mandalorians. So yeah, 25, that's what we're going to call him. So, 25 shows up on some planet, goes to a little cantina, and kills some other, probably bounty hunters, so that he can take the bounty. And I think this is the only time in the episode he uses his gadgets, which I think I actually saw a little trailer for this, and it seemed like they were really emphasizing that. Like, ooh, look at him use his gadgets. He uses them for 2 seconds and then that's it. And, I saw that and I thought, he really needs to be like a bounty hunting Batman, but in Star Wars. Has his utility belt and kicks ass. But yeah, it's just the one time. So yeah, he gets his bounty and has to take him back to his ship. They go on a little land speeder and they get there, the land speeder takes off, there's one sign and a sand one pops out of the ice, and apparently the land speeder, it wasn't hovering without rhythm enough. It eats that guy, and then attacks them on the ship, but they get away, and it's just kind of, Oh, and 25's ship, I think they had Roger Corman design it, because 25's ship looks very much like the boob ship from Battle Beyond the Stars. It looks like that. Just kind of without the boobs. Alright, so 25 takes his bounty off. Freezes him in carbonite, and he has a few bounties that he's collected. They're all in their little carbonite slabs. And he drops them off at the Bounty Hunters Guild, and that's where Carl Weathers is. And I remember them or at least seeing Carl Weathers in the trailer for it and thinking, oh right, Carl Weathers. But he doesn't do anything. He just says, alright, here's your payment. Here's a new assignment. That's all Carl Weathers does. It's a little disappointing. Oh, I did like one line when he kills off the other bounty hunters, and his bounty realizes that 25's there for him too. And 25 says, he says something like, I can bring you in hot, or I can bring you, he says I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold. While he pats his gun. I like that line. Oh, and apparently he doesn't like droids. I'm sure that's going to be a thing. He does not like droids. Alright, so, it's Carl Weathers. See, and he tries to pay him in Imperial credits, but the Empire's gone. Imperial credits are no good. And that just made me think of Phantom Menace. Right, he has Republic credits, but they're out in the Outer Rim, they're on Tatooine, and no, Republic credits, no good. It just felt like that. Alright, so then, he gets his new bounty and he goes and sees Werner Herzog, and yeah, it was cool seeing him. And he gives him a new assignment. You need to go find whoever. Doesn't say who. All he knows is the age and where. And I was a little confused because he said, I know how old they are, I know where they are, but then when 25 went to go get the bounty, there's only one. So I figured there would be 2 more. No, he just says, they're 50 years old, I know where they are, and I don't think I ever said the planet. But I was confused. There's only one. What are you talking about? Who are they? Anyway, I was just a little confused from that. Maybe there were supposed to be, supposed to be two. I'm not sure. Anyway, he goes there, and there are a bunch of just mercenaries or whoever protecting this building. And that's when the IG droid shows up. 25 scouting it out, trying to make a plan. And this IG droid just comes in and starts blasting them. And I did like that one. I mean, this IG-88, all you ever saw of him in Empire Strikes Back, when Darth Vader's explaining, hey, to all the different bounty hunters, you need to go after the Millennium Falcon. You'll be paid handsomely, blah, blah, blah. All that kind of stuff. And you see IG-88, but that's it. And he looks cool. Well, again, I'm sure it's not IG-88, but it's just one of those droids. And yeah, seeing him just spin his arms around, rotate his body and everything, shooting everybody, yeah, it's kind of cool. I liked it. It's about the only scene in the episode I liked. Oh, before that, as I said, it felt kind of filler. The whole episode's only a little over 30 minutes, and it felt like they spent about 5 minutes having 25 learn how to ride this, like, little baby dewback looking thing. And it served no purpose. It spends like 5 minutes learning how to ride it, just so that they can have one little short scene of him going across with a guide, going across some desert-like area, riding this little baby dewback thing. And you just see it from far off, the riding, and then, oh, that's it. It was stupid. Why did you need this, almost like a training montage type thing? But for no end. Anyway, I don't know why that's in there. So yeah, you have the IG droid. He keeps trying to, so they get pinned down, there are a lot of mercenaries there, and he keeps trying to self-destruct, because those are the commands from the manufacturer. You get in a bind, self-destruct, and 25 keeps having to tell him, no, stop it, don't self-destruct. So they win, and they get into the building, and there's the 50-year-old in this little cradle type thing, and it's a Yoda baby. Okay, that's why it's 50 years old, but it's a Yoda baby. They live a long time. And yeah, the IG droid, his contract he was under was to kill it, whereas 25 was to bring it back alive. At least, if possible, bring it back alive. Dead if necessary, but alive. So yeah, IG, no, he must have been contracted by somebody else, because his command was just kill it. So 25 kills the IG droid, and that's pretty much where it ends. Oh, he sticks out his finger to the little baby Yoda. Yeah. So, like I said, just kind of, maybe it'll get good. It is the first episode, as I said. I will reserve judgment. Let's see, a couple other things. Hey, so the, Werner Herzog, he's going to pay him in Beskar. And if I recall, from when Jaina Solo went to Mandalore to train with the Mandalorians so that she could kill her prick of a brother, fucking Jason Solo, what a prick. At least I think it was then. You know what, there was also, I think there was a trilogy of Boba Fett books. It might have been from there. But if I recall, Beskar, that's what they make all the Mandalorian armor out of. And I don't remember if you can only mine it on Mandalore, and that's why they have it, or they're just such good mercenaries and make so much money being mercenaries that they can afford to buy Beskar to make their armor. I don't remember. But yeah, he gets one piece as an advancement on the bounty from Werner, and yeah, he goes and has some other Mandalorian forge a pauldron for him. So he has one little piece of armor on his shoulder that's made of Beskar. And I don't know if this is going to be a thing, like every episode, he gets another little piece. I have no idea. I think it'd be kind of lame. Or maybe, well, I don't know. The way he was acting around Baby Yoda, I don't know if he's going to bring the Baby Yoda back to Verna and get paid the rest of the Beskar. Not sure. But if he did, well, then he can just make all the armor he wants. He'll get paid a bunch of it. And when he's getting his pauldron made, let's see, the other Mandalorian that's forging it for him, says something about there's some left over, some of the Beskar, and she says something about how it'll do a lot toward feeding some foundlings or something like that. So I guess that's a Mandalorian version of younglings. It's a foundling. And so now I'm just wanting Hayden Christensen to just murder a bunch of foundlings, just like he murdered all those younglings. Oh, that was great. Let's see. I think that's all there's to say on it. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. It's just kind of, I will say this. If this is all the show is going to be, this is nothing to base a streaming service on. Although, when it comes to little sci-fi shows that you're basing a streaming service on, well, at the very least, this is much better than how STD started. That was terrible. This is just kind of bland. Alright, so that's it for Mandalorian Episode 1. We'll see how it goes. So, in the meantime, be excellent to each other. Farewell.